Welcome you all to YouTube time and no cup of coffee in my hands time with Madison, Christine. You guys, I want to talk about self-care today. I've been spending a lot of YouTubes talking about the darkness of energy that's up, the desperation, the anger, the rage, the anxiety, the trauma. It is up. I don't care who you are, either it's up in your life or it's up around you, okay? Because this stuff needs to come up and out as we let go of who we are not and move forward into a much better world. Control systems are collapsing. All that stuff is going on, so guess what's happening? Our nervous systems are rattled, and they're rattled at the core, okay? So I just want to offer some things around self-care. And self-care, you guys, that's a buzzword out there, I know. So I'm going to break it down. And self-care isn't a luxury, you guys. Self-care is an absolute necessity right now. So it's really important that we pay attention to ourselves and that we pay attention to how we're taking care of ourselves if you're someone who really wants to live a more balanced and healthy life and fulfilling life, right? So what do we do for those rattled nervous systems? The first thing I would say is what's so important is rest. Rest is so deeply important. And what I mean by rest are many different things. Of course, sleep, valuing sleep. And when our sleeping systems are off, our nervous systems are off, our sleep is off often. So rest can mean just being in bed, turning off all the lights, keeping your devices away from you because those all bring in stimulation, and just being. Okay, if the sleep is hard, maybe there are cases to have your device if you do better with like music or ocean waves or something like that. Things that soothe you. Think about things that soothe you. Perhaps it's aromatherapy. Maybe you like the smell of lavender or incense. These things can have powerful effects if you're someone who's really into the senses, right? When we get in touch with ourselves, we become more sensory. So rest can be just being in nature and just lying on the earth and looking at the stars or being by the water. I know that's a huge one for me. Things that soothe, that make you feel connected or help you connect back to yourself. Another really key one, and I know this is another buzzword, but it's really important, is mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is our ability to disconnect. Actually, it's more about connecting, but becoming objective and curious. Sitting in silence. This is often called meditation. You can call it whatever you want. Being in silence and just sitting there, and instead of judging and taking it as I am anxious and I am this, you'll just kind of go, whoa, I'm noticing that I'm freaking effing anxious right now. Notice I'm shaking right now. You could be, I notice my mind is running a mile a minute, like it was just then. Wow, notice that. You might notice that you're really pissed off, and for probably a really good reason. And anytime you're feeling anything, there's no wrong in a feeling, right? Okay, noticing I'm pissed off. Maybe you notice you're feeling a lot of pleasure. Whatever it is, you just kind of watch it, okay? That is probably one of the most powerful things we can do right now. Why is that? Taking quiet and doing that means we show up for ourselves and we let these energies up and out, we let them go, and then we connect more deeply with who we are. We connect more deeply with the metaphysical field, and we become more in tune to what's going on in our environment, within our bodies. And then we can become more responsive to what our needs are. Some people may be so off rail right now. You're like, I don't even know how to rest, or I don't even know who I am or what I need. So this is a tool to do that. And I will say, if you're someone who hasn't done this and all of a sudden you're just going to start to do it, I'd say start, 5 minutes a day, and then add up, because it will bring stuff up. So be sure you're prepared for that. And more pain will come up. Some stuff will definitely shake you, and that is a good thing. Because we live in a world that is so addicted to pleasure. And you can see this in the millennial world a lot. There's such a disconnect that the imbalance of pleasure and pain has become terrifying. And it's causing more symptoms of anxiety and depression and disconnect. So pain is a very good thing when we allow it to grow us. And that's something that's gone off the rails. And I'm reading a book, high recommendation, called Dopamine Nation by a powerful psychiatrist who reports some client experiences documenting these things, these addictions and these disconnects that are happening, and how important it is to find that balance. So also, that being said, is if you're on your device more than you're not, it's really important to, if you're someone that really wants to be soothed and to come into more of a balance, to disconnect, put those away, put them in a different room certain times of the day, so you can feel your own self, so you can feel your roots, so you can look at the trees, look at the water, look at nature. That is our medicine, you guys. It is so important for our healing if you're someone who's looking for more balance in your life. It can be petting a dog, petting an animal. They've done studies on how that can help with the serotonin and calm us. I know my cat, playing with my cat is one of the biggest joys of my day. I'm not kidding you. So what is it for you that soothes you? Like I said, the aromatherapy, the cooking. Cooking is amazing too. Making cookies, cutting vegetables. What is it for you? Maybe you roller skate. I don't know, that came rolling through my head, but or dance, whatever it is. Put music on and just do your thing, right? And one last thing I want to talk about that is so important for self-care, you guys, when we connect to ourselves, is learning this really important word called no. Saying no to every form of abuse right now is essential. It might be so scary, but it is so essential. Saying no to anyone in your life that is hurting you, harming you. Disconnecting from abuse, you guys, is extremely important, and nature supports us in that. So that is a powerful, powerful medicine. And it also helps in the big yeses that we say. So I know there's so much more, but I wanted to at least give an essence of support around self-care. Thank you so much for being with me. If you are interested in one-on-ones, it's MadisonChristine.net. And please hit subscribe if this supports you, and I'll meet you all on the flip.